Hey guys, how's it going? I was thinking about the last video that I made, and I realized I have all this old footage that I just, at the time, was feeling too lazy to put into a video, so I thought I would make a little bit of a lost footage kind of episode, going back and showing all the footage that I had up to that point. So yeah, I've got stuff from the end of my thieving grind, doing a couple quests. I've got, um, a little bit of the prayer that I did, the prayer XP that I got, a little bit of wood cutting, stuff like that. So just a bunch of random clips showing my progress from episode 1 to now. And then after that, I will move on and show you what I'm going to be doing next. Okay, it's been a while of this. I decided to just keep going until I was done editing my video. We have got almost 150k in raw cash, over 100 of these house keys. These are what the stats are looking like. We got 60 thieving, still at 14 farming. I haven't been doing a lot of those runs. But I think this is plenty of cash to get the combat grind started. I think I'm just going to do combat the old-fashioned way, the way you always do it in the early game, and that is magic. I'm going to save these house keys for later. I'm not going to open these right now. That can wait till later. Okay, let's see. There's a magic shop I know on over here in this new area. The Tetlati Rainforest, Tal Teklan. Yeah, there's a rune shop over here, so I can get some mind runes and air runes and stuff over there. There's a staff shop, I believe, here in Auburn Vale. Yep, right there. And I don't know if there's a way to get good mage gear. By good mage gear, I mean like a wizard robe top or something like that. But I'm gonna do a little research and see if I can figure that out. Alright, I just stole myself a little food so we can make the trek over to Talteklan. But I looked in the wiki and apparently there's a black robe that spawns on the 3rd floor of one of these pubs. So how do I get there? Can I just go behind the bar? Yes, okay. There's a jug of wine. I'm going to take that. Just get a little bit more food. And what is here? Oak shortbow? I missed this while I was doing that exploring earlier. Oak shortbow here. Leather gloves, I missed that. And a black robe. Okay, that was good. Good thing I looked that up. Alright, we're looking a little bit more kitted now. This gives +3 magic bonus. That's very good. Now, let's go see if we can get anything else to help us out. Okay, the staff shop is right over here. Yeah, that's the blacksmith. Let's see what this guy's got in stock. Alright, I will take a staff of air. Thank you. Let's put it on. Nice. Looking magical. Ooh, wait a second. I think this is... Yeah, there's a forester here. Can I get a forestry kit right here? I'm gonna get started. Can I trade? Is this free? Yeah. Oh man, I can do forestry. I can get all this stuff. Yeah, I want to get my hands on all these rewards. This is great, but let's not get distracted. For now, we got to keep going and get some runes. Alright, we are here in Tal Teklan. This place looks pretty cool. I like the guard's armor and stuff like that. Look at that bird hat. That's pretty crazy. Okay, where's the rune shop? Okay, let's see what you got. I will buy a mind rune pack. And how much is this again? This is 100 mind runes. Okay, I'm gonna get maybe 300. Actually, you know what? We're rich. We gotta stock up. We have a staff of air. I'm gonna get one of each of these, and let's just go ham on the fire rune packs. Although now with the elemental rework, I'm not totally sure what's the best thing to use. Like, is there any low-level mobs around here that have an elemental weakness? You know what? I think imps are weak to water because they're demonic. Is that right? Yeah, they have a 10% water weakness, so I should really be using Water strike. Let's just buy a lot. We've got a ton of money. Alright, is there anything else we should get while we're here? And I think that's all I really need. So I'm going to stop there and save the rest of my cash. Okay, now that we actually got some runes, I think I want to go back up here and farm all these imps over here until we get a blue wizard hat. Finally, man. Apparently this is a 1 in 16, but I went through 44 imps to get this. But it's all worth it, baby, for that +2 magic attack. Alright, now back to Telticlon. We're going to get a lot more runes, and then I think we're going to actually go Hill Giants, because I looked it up, and Hill Giants have a 25% weakness to Earth spells. And they have a decent amount of hit points. They have decent drops. They drop big bones for prayer. So I think I'm going to do my magic training there. And I don't know what level I'm going to stop at. Probably... What's a good level to stop at? Maybe like until I can do Earth Bolt, 29, level 30 mage. So that's the plan for right now. Okay, found the Hill Giants. So I need to find a spot where I can safe spot these dudes. Let's see. Can I... Is this rock slide? Yeah, it is. Can I cast over that? I can. Alright. Now can we hit them? We can hit them. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Alright, I'm camping here for a while. I'll see you later. Alright, I've been here for a little while. I think I'm gonna go and bank now. I've got a bunch of good stuff. I got law runes. I got some stuff I can sell for money. Limpworts, a whole assortment of herbs. Cannot do this beginner clue. Yeah, I'm gonna head back to Fortis, but before I do that, I'm gonna make a quick pit stop that will help us with the quest we have to do. Alright, this is what we made the detour for. A whole bunch of these iron knives. Remember I said I wasn't going to grab these and they wouldn't really come in handy? Well, they actually kind of will. And we'll get into that later when we actually do Twilight's Promise. Okay, it took a minute to organize my bank a little bit. So I've got my money and random crap up here. My runes tab, farming tab, looking nice. Combat tab, skilling tab, herbivore stuff, food, and then just random outfit, fashionscape, collection log kind of stuff. Alright, the next thing we need to do is get 15 woodcutting. That's the only skill requirement for the first 3 quests we're going to do. So let's just bang that out real quick. I'm sure there's some trees around here. Yeah, there's like 1 tree. Is there a better place I can chop? Does not look like it. I really wish I could just cut all these down. I guess I don't really need to be super close to a bank for this, so maybe I'll go off into the savannah and see if I can find a better woodcutting spot. Okay, that was not that bad. We are almost at 15 woodcutting. Just need this 1 more tree right here. There we go, 15. That's all the requirements. So now we can do the first 3 quests on this account, which are Meet and Greet, The Riveting Tale, and Twilight's Promise. So let's start with Meet and Greet. Actually, I don't know how I didn't see this earlier, but this Minotaur I think is going to be impossible to kill right now. I'm going to need at least 43 prayer for this quest. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to not do this one until way later. So scratch that. Let's start with Riveting Tale. Alright, where's the little frog guy? Hey guys, what's up? I love the little headshot of this guy. It's so cute. Alright, Gary, that should be it. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, quest completed. 1 quest point. You get to farm in this hardwood patch later. 2,000 woodcutting. What's that get us to? 19. Nice. Okay, so that's the first quest done. Next one is going to be Twilight's Promise, which that's going to be a little bit difficult. It's going to require a little bit of cheese, but I think we can do it. Alright, first thing I need to do is steal a full inventory of food because I am totally out, I think. I don't have anything in my bank right now. Alright, that's enough for now. Next, we need to get our gear together. Okay, so the way this boss works for this quest is it does pray against you and it switches styles. So normally you need to bring 2 different combat styles to kill it. But the way it works is that it only switches its prayer every 4 hits of the same style. So, example, if I use 4, whatever I'm using, wind bolts on this guy, it's going to switch to protect from mage. I'm going to have to hit it 4 times with something else. Or what I can do is I can hit it 3 times with mage, and then a 4th time with some iron knives, and then it won't ever switch its prayer. So I can just do 3 hits with mage, throw a knife at it, and go back to 3 hits from mage. And I think I can kill it this way. I'm probably going to have to kite it around the room too, which at my agility level might be a really bad idea, but it's no harm in trying. Okay, here we are. We're ready. I got my quick prayers sent to Mystic Will. I've got my iron knife switch. Okay, according to the wiki, I can't auto cast, but I can manual cast magic at him. And there are pillars in the arena, so hopefully I can kite him around the pillar, similar to how you kite barrows. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Sorry, but I'm waiting for someone. You're needed back at the palace. Here's the crest. Alright. Alright, so when I get in there, I'm going to run straight for one of the pillars. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Where we spawn. Going back. Okay, I can quick exit if I'm going to die here, it looks like. Oh, he can kite around the pillars. Okay. Okay, gotta try something different. 1, 2, 3. Knife. Well, okay, here we go. Okay, this is doable. 2, 3. Knife. Okay, I just gotta kill him before I run out of stamina. 2, 3. Oh shit. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think I gotta give him a little bit more space than I had been giving. Run, man! Okay, we are good. Just do not get stacked. Three. Is that it? No. One more. One more. Come on. Yes! Alright. See, easy. Easy peasy. 40 combat, who needs it? Fought well in there. Go back to the palace, man. Beat your ass. Okay, oh, so right off the bat, I can go Kaskali Gorge, the tail mat. I can go straight to Auburn. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, this is going to be so much easier to get around. Okay, tail mat is where we're going. Okay. Is this it? Yep, defeat the cultist. Alright, here we go. I can autocast these guys. Is there a way to get him stuck, is the question. Okay, I think if I don't run through these guys, I might be able to get him stuck. Yep, there we go. Okay, sweet. Alright, you're next, Betty. Alright, that's the last cultist. What happened? Servius? He's fucking dead. Alright, bit of a mess. What do we do now? Blah, blah, blah. Quest completed. Alright, this is what I wanted. We got the Fortis teleport, which is very important for getting back here, getting around the game. We got Quetzals. Amazing. No more walking all over the place. No more walking through that jungle. We can just fast travel. Oh, that's so nice. So nice. Let's go try it out. So let's take Renew to Talticlon. Oh, yeah. Amazing. I'm so happy. But you know where we need to go is Auburnvale, because the next big grind that we're going to take on, it's not a very exciting one, but it's very important, very necessary for later grinds. And we're going to the axe shop. We're going to buy one of you, going to buy one of you, going to buy one of you. That's right, everyone. It's woodcutting. We need planks, lots of them for construction, which there is a sawmill right here, right close to the bank, so pretty easy to actually get planks. We're going to need a lot of logs for that. We're going to need a lot of logs for fletching when we get around to the activity. So woodcutting really is the way to go. That's it for today. We got those quests done. We got the transport unlocked. We got the forest teleport unlocked. Huge. And next episode, it's going to be all woodcutting. I'll see you then. All right. Good morning, everybody. We are ready to start the woodcutting grind. We're here in a place we actually haven't been yet, Alderan. Yeah, we never set foot on here in the first episode. We were exploring, and that's because it costs a lot of money to take the charter ship. But now that we've got the Quetzals, we can just come here totally freely. And if the wiki is to be believed, there are a bunch of oak trees around here somewhere. And let's see if we can figure out where they are. All right, here are the oak trees. We got one here, we got one here. And I guess there's only these two, but that's not that bad. They're not that close to the bank, but it's not a terrible run. So I think this is probably going to be our best option for oaks. So, but yeah, this is our home for the next however many hours. What is this? We just got our first bird's nest. And we get an acorn. All right, that's good. We can plant that in, I believe, in Auburnvale. There's a tree spot. That's pretty good. We'll have to actually start doing some tree runs. I think that would be good to do while we're doing the woodcutting grind. So, what level is it for oak trees? 15. I can start doing that right now, but I don't have tomatoes. I think, though, that the food store in that I was buying the pineapples at sells tomatoes. Let me check on that, actually. Actually, there is a store in Alderan that sells them, so that's perfect. Yeah, maybe it's just an Alderan, but that's good. I can buy those there, and I can start doing tree runs. Oh, and we should look at that. We're at 30 woodcutting already. We can do willow trees now. Although, we're going to stick at oaks for a little while longer because I need a lot of oak logs to buy what I need from the forestry shop. So we're going to be here until we get enough logs for that. Actually, you know what? I decided we're going to do the tree run right now because why not? We can do it. So let's just start. The food shop is right over here. And yes, we can buy some tomatoes. I'm just going to buy 10 of them. Now we got to go to the Quetzal and go back to the city. Where's the Quetzal? It is right there. All right. All right, here we are at the tree patch. Just got to rig this bad boy up and we can plant them. Any minute now. Any second now. There we go. And I can pay you. Yes. Amazing. Now we've got a tree growing. We're doing tree runs. This is great. And that is about the time that I stopped recording everything that I was doing. But I do have a lot of screenshots that I can share. So I basically did woodcutting up until I got enough oak logs to finish the construction grind. And then from there, I needed to get some raw roots. So I was killing moss giants for a while. In between doing moss giants, I was doing some allotment farming. This is the setup I was doing. Just whatever allotment seeds that I could get at the time that I got from drops. And whatever herb seeds I had just to get my farming up a little bit. But yeah, I killed moss giants in order to get, I think it was 57 lava roots, what I needed in total. As I was doing that, I got all the way up to 55 magic, which is what I needed to unlock the Fortis teleport, as well as the POH teleport at 40. And kept going a little bit until I got 30 prayer, which was the level I needed to start the bone shard sacrificing. And yeah, from there, I dove straight into the construction grind. Teleporting to my POH, making the highest level object that I could, and then teleporting back to Fortis, banking, and doing it all over again. Once I got to level 35 construction, I was actually able to move my house to Alderaan, so I didn't need lava roots anymore. I could just enter and exit from there, which is great. Got to 42, which is the level I needed for the toy mouse. After that, I decided to take a break and use up all the bone shards that I had collected from thieving houses, and to see how high of a prayer level that would get me. And it got me all the way from 30 to 37, so I had Protect from Magic. Then I started the crafting grind. I still needed 35 crafting, I believe it was, to actually make the toy mouse. So I did a combination of glass blowing, using the charter ships at Sunset Coast, as well as just picking up some flax and spinning into bowstrings and Cascali cords. That got me to the level I needed. Finally, I had made my toy mouse, and it was time to start the agility grind. Painfully slow, really click intensive, but it got better when I realized that I could just do multiple toy mouse at a time. I didn't just have to do one. And I found this spot above the bazaar that was a 5 or 6 tile piece of floor, so it was way easier to pick them up. But yeah, did that up until 24, which then I could just switch to doing the shortcuts at Auburnvale up until the level I needed for Death on the Isle. Did that quest, got a little bit more agility XP, got the costume needle, and then kept on doing agility until I got to 45, which is the highest level needed to make Dale Totems a lot more efficient. After the agility grind, I did Dale Totems for a little bit, but then got straight back to woodcutting. Got up to level 68, which is what I am at this moment. And along the way, I actually got the fox whistle and the pheasant egg, both of the pet transmogs. So that's great to get those out of the way. I don't have to ever go back for those. I also picked up the log basket from the forestry reward shop, which helped a lot during the fletching grind. And while I was doing all of those things, I was also doing tree runs in Auburnvale, fruit tree runs in Castory, and I was also just doing herb runs and limpwort roots in Outer Fortis. And through all of that, I got all the way up to 38 farming, which is my current level. So yeah, I believe that is everything that I have to update you guys on. In the next episode, episode 3, I will go over the results of the fletching grind and the woodcutting grind, and then we will move on to whatever's next. In the meantime, take care, have a good one.